Go. Oh, hey everybody, welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. Look who's in the house right next to me. Quinn Keon's in the house, and he is an OG from No Cover TV. Almost 20 years ago, he was on the TV show, and he's back. So we're going to catch up with Quinn and get the lowdown on what he's up to. But first, I got to talk to all you out there. And one thing I want to say most of all is thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching the No Cover TV podcast. And of course, back in the day when it was the TV show for so long, then radio I went on to, and now the podcast. And we're all over the world getting the story and the music of these musicians out there because that's what I like to do. Okay, you're not going to get rid of Big Al. I'm a pain in your butt. Okay, and I'm going to plan to be that way for a long time. All right, but thank you everybody. And like I said, I have a list. It's getting real big of a lot of people I want to thank. So I'm not going to thank everyone like I used to. I'm just going to throw out a couple names here and there on the shows. But I want to thank, we got a new one. We've got Jill from Nashville Entertainment Weekly. Nashville Entertainment Weekly. She's sending me artists now. I think Amanda and Eddie is coming on. So we got a lot of great artists down in Nashville that are going to come on the show and stuff like that. And of course, I want to thank Sandra from De La Parra Entertainment Production. Of course, Oz, you're out there from Blindfolded Entertainment, and also Andrea Hoff from Music Management. You're all great people. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking care of these musicians and getting the music out there. Thank you so much. All right. Since I did that, I got to do my next thing, and that is catch my breath because I'm old. I got to say, what am I going to do, people? You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, and I don't know if we didn't do this back in the TV days, but my three favorite words, I don't know if Quinn knows what they are. Support. Support these
Love
artists. Go to their support these artists. Go to their shows. Pay a cover charge if there is one. To get to that swag table, man. Bring a duffel bag, backpack. Get to the table. Load up. Get yourself a CD, a vinyl album, posters, stickers. It goes down on. Just get everything. Then get your butt out to the floor and enjoy that show. To see if you can stick around afterwards and meet these artists. Get an autograph on your stuff. I still believe in autograph. It's a great thing. And remember, these artists are doing what they do, love doing what they're doing to put a smile on your face. And of course, your smile kicks right back to them, puts a big old grin and smile on the artist's face. That's why they're doing what they're doing. It ain't about the money, is it, Quinn?
Uh, yeah, you mentioned merchandise, man. So if you want to support your favorite band, go buy some merch.
Buy merch,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's where they
That's
make
it.
their money.
They're getting
Definitely is on
paid. They're
merch.
getting paid selling merch. I know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You're
when I was on your show, when I was on your TV show back many years ago, which was
many
an
years.
awesome experience.
That was great.
Um, Back then, we were still trying to sell CDs,
You're
and
right. Yeah.
and there was this big shift from there to where all these experts are saying, no, now you got to record your music and it has to be free. You have to give it away so that people will want to listen to it and buy your merch, and that's how you're going to make your money. And they were right.
It was a big shift, yes, because back then there was no Facebook and stuff and YouTube. I don't know if it got kicked off yet or not, but it was just MySpace.
Well,
MySpace, that's funny.
yeah, but you know what? MySpace was awesome for
It was
musicians.
fun. It
It was
was.
real time. You
Yeah.
could post something. You, Big Al, could post something in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I could
Hmm.
see it way up north of there and
Yeah.
immediately contact you and say, "Hey, man, I want to book your show." And it was
Right
so
on.
easy. It was the greatest platform for musicians. And then
Yeah, and
one day I
that's
woke up, I had thousands of followers on there. I had
did
thousands of people following me. And then one day I woke up and it was gone.
it was gone, right? No more
Just gone.
MySpace.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
It
it's like,
just
well, okay, now what? Do we rebuild it somewhere else? Oh, that was
yeah.
terrible.
It hit us hard, but then the Facebook and Instagram, all that other stuff comes along. Quinn,
Yeah,
okay, Quinn, we got a lot to chat about and a lot
sure
of
do.
catching up to do, my
Sure do.
friend. Like I said, you were back. You were on. Quinn was on the TV show, and he says around 2006 ish or so or seven. I thought it was a little earlier, but that's still a ways ago. That was almost
Yeah,
20 years ago,
yeah.
and it was a hell of a show. And I remember it, man. And I actually see that you have it up on your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, you sent me a DVD of it years ago.
That's
And
right, it did.
I spent some time about a year ago going through all my old archive stuff, and a lot of it, didn't make the cut. Things that I look at it now with a different year, more mature,
Mhm.
I'd be like, probably not going to post this. But I posted the whole show that you put together. I thought it was really strong.
It
Other than
was.
I could have played a little slower and slowed it down a little bit, had a little more
You were all
groove,
over.
but that's just my natural tendency to rush. I just have that in me. So
Well, yeah, man, you're 20 years younger. I mean, you jumped. I mean, the first song was Ellen. You jumped up there, you ripped it. I mean, it was a three-piece band, guys, and Quinn here rips it up on the freaking guitar. I mean, incredible musician Quinn is. And
thank
now,
you.
um, before we get to the music, though, I don't want to talk about music for a moment. Okay?
Okay. You
I
lead it.
want. All right. I'm going to ask some questions that I didn't ask in the studio because in the studio I only got to interview you for about 10, 15 minutes and the rest was music. But, anyways, I want to know about you, Quinn. Okay. And they want to know about you. So, I'm going to take you for a ride in the past. Okay.
Got
Now,
it.
are you going to allow me to get in that head of yours?
Totally. I'm all yours, man.
He knows not to say that. But, anyways, all right, Quinn, let's do this. Now, I know you started early because you're so damn good. And so yeah, I want to take you back to around 7 to 10 years old because that's when we're kind of grasping onto music, listening to what mom and dad, brothers, sisters, aunts,
Yeah.
whoever's listening to. What was kind of catching your ear at that age?
This is so easy for me to say, man. I can name three artists from that time frame: Buddy Holly, Beach Boys,
Oh
Chuck
yeah.
Berry.
Oh man, what a lineup! And
In
that was
fact,
that.
when I was in the fifth grade, 11 years old, my very first concert that my parents took me to, Chuck Berry at the Fox Theater in Detroit.
Really, you got to see Chuck Berry, brother?
Yep,
Oh
got to see him twice.
man, that's great. Wow, and, yeah, although they were on the radio all the time, that was what to listen to, man, back in
Well,
the
and that's
day.
what was being spun in my house. My
Oh, it's fun in
parents
the
would,
house
would,
too.
would play things, and I mean, there was other stuff too. There was a Bob Seger live album. Is that Silver Bullet? Maybe
D
I
Yeah,
remember
so
that
well,
in a
yeah, oh, yeah.
bunch.
Yeah, a
Um,
good for
but
yeah.
my dad's a huge Buddy Holly fan. In fact, he was just in Clear Lake, Iowa last weekend for the annual event that they put on there to honor Buddy Holly, a Big Bopper, and Richie
Really?
Valens. Yep.
That's cool. That's really cool, my friend. Okay, so you're grabbing onto that music. So when did the tickle hit you that you wanted to, possibly pick up an instrument and perform or, play guitar?
I'd always been musical. In
Okay.
fact, starting in the third grade, I was involved in a community theater doing musicals
Nice.
there.
Very
And I took piano lessons. And starting in middle school, I was playing trumpet and band. And it was really around probably age 13 that I thought, man, I should probably learn to play the guitar. And uh, it wasn't until age 15 that that started to happen.
that started to happen.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like the path I followed. I started on violin and moved my way up to trumpet, and then guitar at 12, and then so on.
Yeah.
So good. So you got your first guitar. Do you still have that guitar?
Oh man, I don't. I
You
I
don't.
sold it at one point, and I actually contacted the guy I sold it to a couple years ago, and he told me a very tragic story. And he said
No.
him and his brother were wrestling in the bedroom, and they fell on the guitar and snapped the neck in half.
Oh.
It was a
Oh.
Yamaha SBG 200, and it was my first guitar. It played really well for me, but when I upgraded instruments, I passed it on at one point.
Ouch. Knife in the heart there. Ow.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Thought maybe I could
Oh.
circle back around, reacquire it, but didn't work out.
Oh. Right, right. Okay. So you got the guitar. Now, how long did it take you to kind of figure it out? Because you're really fucking good, dude.
Thank you. Um, I mean, it came to me pretty quick, but I did work at it really hard too.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and I think that having musical ability helped me probably a little
Sure.
faster than some other people, but I still think it takes work. It's
Hmm.
coordination, it's muscle memory, and it's really weird to get your hand first pushing down some strings on some frets.
Yeah, for the first time, definitely. You got to get those calluses built up because it hurts like heck until you get them. So, all right. So, did you start a band when you were in junior high or high school at all? Were you in a band?
Yeah, we did a couple things where we got some guys together for talent shows a couple times in the school.
Sure.
Like, oh, there's going to be a talent show. Let's put a band together, you know.
Right.
And I remember, oh, I don't want to drop any names here. I remember getting together with Mike Potter, who's a phenomenal musician, Craig
Okay.
Miller, who's a phenomenal musician, and Jeremy Daniels, I think, played bass. I don't know if he still plays or not anymore, but yeah, and we did Kiss cover song, Rock and Roll All Night,
Yeah. All
and we
right.
did a cover of Nugent's Free for All.
Free for all.
Yeah, yeah. So
I used
that would have been
to.
like my first. That would have been my at. Ooh, it wouldn't have been. It would have. That would have been my first experience playing guitar in a rock band. That would have been. But a
Okay.
year prior to that, I did another thing where I was just the singer,
You were.
and
Oh,
that
you were just a
before.
singer.
So yeah, so in between there, I decided I need to learn to play the guitar, and you know, as far as how it happened, it's one of these. You
Yeah.
great,
Right. Exactly. That's a great. That's a great quote.
right? I mean,
That's true.
I still see things, even nowadays when I play and then I listen to like a recording of it, and it's like, yeah, I could have done that better. So I'm pretty self-critical, and I try to always be a student of the instrument and constantly learn.
Well, that's it. With a guitar, you don't ever stop learning. That's the beautiful thing about the guitar. I
Yeah,
mean, you can go so many directions.
there's an infinite number of things that you can do on that instrument. It
Mm.
is
Oh,
If you just
it's
look stylistically at all of the great players out there and all the different styles that have come from just the same instrument, it's wild.
it is crazy. I mean, yeah, you take all those and just mix them into a big bundle and take a little of their attributes and put it into your own.
Yeah,
Yeah, you come up with some
I think
wild
that's kind
stuff.
of what happens in a player's head. I think you learn some things and you get a little bit of this flavor and a little bit of that flavor,
Yeah,
and then you mix it into your own thing.
right on. Definitely. That's kind of how I did it with my band. Definitely, and how I learned. Definitely different, learning different stuff. From folk and then to heavy, stuff like Ted Nugent. I would do Stranglehold and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, the band didn't like it, but I just did it
This is why
anyways.
we're friends here.
Right on. Because of Uncle Ted. Yeah. So quit. Okay. So now 18 hits. Okay, we got to graduate. We got to get a fucking life. We got to go to either we're going to college, we're starting a family, or we're getting a job, whatever. What happened when we graduated? Did you kill do the music? What
Man,
did we do?
straight into a band, man. I'm like,
Straight into a band
I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna put it together. And I put together a band called Quinn Keon and the Lockouts.
and the lockouts.
Yep.
Nice.
And we did some local shows, rented out a local theater, tried to put on concerts rather than be a bar band,
Right.
and did some public access TV stuff even back then.
Yeah,
So
you did.
yeah, that was good. It was a learning experience. Things I would have done differently if I could have, looking back, but I thought I was pretty big shit, and I had probably too much of an ego going on. So
No, none of us
yeah,
got an ego. No,
yeah,
in this business, no, nobody gets an ego. That's
yeah.
great.
I'll admit it though. I mean, I've got my faults, and I burned some relationships back then that I wish I hadn't.
Understandable.
So. Yeah.
It's the music world, entertainment world. It's a crazy world, and you just don't know what's going to happen sometimes. Definitely.
You don't, and I think one part of growing as a musician is being able to recognize faults. Either personal faults or personality things, or you know, weaknesses that you might have on the instrument. Like I mentioned, I have a tendency to rush. I mean, I always think I'm playing slower than I really am. Like
You
always,
speed it up a little bit.
I always think I'm playing slow.
It's
Then I'll watch
amusing.
watch it back, and I'm like, yeah,
Well, it's
this
the
is
energy. It's
this is
that
why
energy.
people yeah, but this is why people use in ears with clicks, so that they can nail that tempo and they're not
Right.
going off the rails.
Right on. Okay. Now, I see you're in your band room right there, the
Yeah, and
practice room there.
speaking of merch and supporting the artist, right? How
Look at
about
that. Look at all the shirts he's got right there. I don't even know. Did I ever give you a no cover TV shirt back in the day?
no, I don't think I have
I
one.
don't think you got you one. Okay, but
So,
there, yeah, support.
yeah, these are all shows I've been to.
Oh
So, Brandy and
man,
I go to a lot of concerts,
look,
still, because I'm still a fan, even though I'm a musician and a decent player. I am a fan, and I just love the inspiration. This is
oh, most
inspiration.
definitely,
This
definitely
is
that's
this this
inspiration.
this allows me to never forget the inspiration of why I chose to play the guitar.
There you go. I love that. Definitely to be able to, yeah. When you step in that room, it's got to hit you and look when you're looking around, and it's like, yeah. When I look at my old concert tickets and stuff, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's like that's where it started. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Oh
I got some old
man.
stuff in here. I've got some Nugent stuff right up here that you can't see from '87.
Oh
'87 it
yeah.
was actually New Year's Eve '87 was my first TED show, and
Was it?
um,
Okay.
and then I got some newer stuff back here like Mammoth. Have you heard Mammoth?
Yes, I have.
Oh, jeez, oh, Pete, I've gotten to see him twice live.
Wow.
What a band,
What a band. Wow. I mean, yeah, Nugent, you saw it, what, 87? I think it was 80 for me when I saw Ted. Yeah.
man.
He was wearing a loincloth and he jumped off the amp on a rope and just swung across the stage. And they started shooting flaming arrows. And oh, it was crazy. Never know.
Even now, I just saw him 2 years ago. Even now in his late 70s, he is still such a phenomenal live player. He
Oh
does
my
not get
God.
enough credit for his skills.
Yeah, he doesn't. And I think a lot of it's because of the controversial things. But I saw a video yesterday. He was on a street. He took a street player's guitar, turned up that amp, and he played the American anthem on it. And it was just so incredible. I mean, you know how he resonates the guitar. Just,
Yeah,
oh, it was just incredible. I mean, the whole streets just stopped. And they didn't even know it was him because he got a white beard and short hair, you know.
yeah,
And you got to kind of do a double take. Is that really Ted? You
yeah.
know, so yeah, it's pretty damn cool.
So now I want to challenge your listeners here. We're talking about the national anthem on electric guitar. I want you to go out there and find every recording you can of somebody playing the national anthem on electric guitar and see if there is a version of it that you think is done better than Ted's. And if you find
Yeah.
that version, you post it in the comments below this video because I want to see it. Because Nugent's uh, technique that he applies to the national
Oh,
anthem is phenomenal.
phenomenal. Yes, go check out. Just look up Ted Nugent. The American anthem. Oh my
Yeah,
God, he blow you away. Definitely. Okay, well, let's move on, my friend. Okay, so now you put together a three-piece band. Is that what you wanted, or did you want more players?
I would like a five-piece band.
Five-piece. What
I would
other
like
instruments?
I would like a guitar.
Okay.
Excuse me. I would like to play guitar. I would like two more guitar players, bass,
Okay.
drum. I have some ideas that would work really well with that. And in fact, some of the new stuff that I'm recording, I'm actually recording three guitar tracks on some of it just because
Oh,
it's just
really? You need somebody to pick that extra guitar track
so
up.
I think there's a lot of freedom with being a three piece. And we were doing a lot of improvisational stuff back in the day. And I'm gonna swing back because you were asking me about history, right? So
Yep.
we went from Quinn Keon in the Lockhouse, 1990, 1991,
Okay.
and then I started. doing more metal,
Hmm.
and kind of morphed that into a band called First Amendment.
First
And
Amendment.
First Amendment was me and Jeremy Johnson and Tommy Vernon.
Okay.
I also want to drop the names of the Lockouts. Was me, Jeremy Johnson, Jerry Leonard, and Bill Beach.
Okay.
That's what made up Quinn Keon and the Lockouts. First Amendment then was me, Jeremy, and then Tommy Vernon, who
Okay.
was an extraordinary drummer.
Okay.
And
Who?
we did some stuff. I shopped some demos. I went to New York. I went to LA. I knocked on doors. Most of them got shut in my face, but I did get a few people to talk to me. And one of those people that I met along the way was named Bob Chiappardi, and he ran a marketing firm in New York called Concrete Marketing. And
Sweet.
he said, "You really need to come to my event and network there." And
Nice.
so he sent us a personal invite in the mail when it was time to register for the event with a personal letter. And thank you, Bob, for doing that. It's always
Yeah.
nice when somebody reaches out and gives you a
Yeah.
hand.
Heck yeah.
And we went to Foundations Forum in LA. We drove there from Michigan and networked, met some people, um, tried to open some doors. I was armed with a gazillion demo tapes and just tried to make connections. Nothing big ever
Well,
happened, but we made
but you
the effort.
tried. Yeah,
We
you
tried.
made the effort. You got to make the effort, people. And as he mentioned, tapes, if you know what those are.
Yeah. Well, do you remember the tape cases that like were a plastic liner on the inside that held all the cassette tapes, and then they'd like
Oh
zip?
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I had one of those over my shoulder, walking around Foundations Forum with my cassette tapes, so that
That's
when I got in a
wonderful.
conversation with somebody, I could say, "Well, here's my band, First Amendment. Give it a
Here we
listen.
go.
Get a hold of me."
That's what you got to do. Because back in the day, we had to pop the truck, hang up the posters on telephone poles, and hoof the beat, to promote the shows. It was a
Somebody else who gave me their time in New York City was, and I did way better in New York than LA, by the way. Um,
okay. Yeah, there's
was
a lot of competition out there.
uh, Tony Bongiovi sat down with me in the Power Station studio,
Really?
and he listened
Mm.
through a full 3-song demo cassette tape without saying a word, just listened, and then gave me critique on it.
That's pretty
Huge
rare. That's
fan.
pretty rare.
I'm
Yeah.
so grateful at this point in my life, looking back at that he gave me that time, because I mean this is a big shot, right? This is, I
Yeah,
don't
he
know,
is.
uncle or a cousin to John, but there's a whole relationship there. Ran this massive recording studio. The B-52s were recording there while I was in there. And this guy gave me his time, and he listened through a 3-song demo, and he critiqued me on it honestly. And
And that yeah, then that's what artists needs, definitely. And I do that for artists too. They'll send me their samples and I'll critique them and tell them what might be missing, or it's just great, whatever. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes when you are a musician in a band and you make an album or whatever, or before you make the album, play it for somebody else because you're hearing it your way. You want somebody else to hear it their way. So yeah, let somebody critique your music before you release it, and then you can get some feedback, a little bit of feedback, and maybe you don't have to change your music. It's your music. Do what you want. Don't listen to anybody out there. But hints here and there, it might help you out. You just never know. Okay, definitely.
so one of the songs that was on that New York demo was called Second Attempt Failure. And I actually put that as the title track on my first CD when I finally was able to get to release one. And that recording that's on there, that's the actual recording that we did on an 8-track tape that I took to New York. That Tony Bongiovi sat down with me and
Wow,
complimented my guitar work on.
incredible, Quinn.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Now, was it just you that went to New York, or was it all the band?
No, no, it
Just,
wasn't the
just,
band.
just you.
Yeah.
Okay, just you. Now, is the original band from 20 years ago still with those guys, or what's going on? Who's in the band?
Um, I had reunited with Tommy Vernon late '90s. I mean,
Okay.
in between there, I had a really bad accident, and I lost my ability to play the guitar.
Oh.
I couldn't play for like 2 years, and I
Mm.
don't know if you've read any of this on my bio on my website, but I got really smashed up, and crushed my wrist, crushed my ankle, broke my knee, broke my elbow, other
Oh,
stuff.
damn.
And I have a very handicapped left hand.
Oh,
You're no, you're gonna laugh at that because you've seen me play and I played in your studio. But
yeah.
I have a very weak, crooked, immobile left hand. Okay, my fingers move, but my wrist sucks. I got really,
Oh,
really bad wrist mobility, and
stiff.
like
Oh,
this hand, like my right hand, like I can come around like this. I can't do that with this one anymore. It's hard to see on the
oh,
camera. You can't see the angle. Part of
oh,
the reason I play a Les Paul is I have to. I can reach a little bit better on a Les Paul than I can a really straight guitar like a Fender
right,
Telecaster Stratocaster.
right,
And the Les Paul sits out from my body more, which allows my hand to work a little bit better.
right
And
on.
yeah, so that happened in '95.
In 95.
And here I am, 24 years old, strong, healthy, feel invincible, got all these
Yeah.
plans for my life. And then I was on a roofing crew and I took a fall off a two-story roof and landed on concrete.
Oh,
And yeah, it just life-changing
mm,
injuries. And the doc was very straight with me. He told me that day, he said, "You're probably going to lose the use of your left hand and you're never going to walk right again."
damn, brother. Nah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I've been in construction and out off my life, and I've seen many bad accidents on the job. And I remember watching. I was on the roof doing my job at one location, and I was looking at one of the roofers over there. We were on. I was out in L.A. working on top of big buildings and stuff,
mm,
and next thing I know, he just disappeared. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. So I run over to the hole and everybody else does, and we look down. Well, there was nothing below other than just dirt and sand. So he fell 3 stories into a pile of dirt. So he was all right. He didn't break nothing. I was like, dude. So yeah, it's a dangerous job.
yeah,
Definitely. And I'm glad you recovered because now you're amazing, talented artist, Quinn. I mean, incredible.
thank you.
And to push through that pain to keep playing guitar and I know that had to be hard, but I know in your heart you needed to do that.
I needed that.
Yeah,
And
most definitely.
I want to break a story. This is something nobody knows. I want to
All
break
right.
it here on your show.
All right.
We were talking about Ted. You brought up the fact, that he's political. People don't like him.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you, man, that dude's got a really big heart.
Yes, he does.
And when I got smashed and I was in a hospital bed, confined to that and a wheelchair, unable to do anything for myself, including getting on and off a toilet by myself. Look who sent me a card in the mail.
Oh, damn, dude. Quinn, my friend.
Yeah.
He invited you to the ranch?
No, he didn't, but he said
Sorry to hear
I can. You want me
that.
to read it?
Yes,
I'll read
I
it to you.
do.
Quinn, my friend and blood brother, we here at the Nugent Ranch are so sorry to hear of your accident and injury. Keep the spirit, sir, and take extra smart care to recover soon and fully. We pray for your health and fitness. Keep the spirit of the wild strong and free. Blood brothers, Ted. So,
That's Ted. Brings a tear to my eye because I've met Ted, and we got a chance to talk. And beautiful man. And I kind of told him I play Stranglehold. Well, yeah, he made me look like an idiot, so I don't play it anymore. But anyways, beautiful heart. I've worked with some very amazing musicians like yourself, and you're all of your hearts are in the right place, and it's a beautiful thing. Definitely. I mean, okay, there is a few percentile that are a-holes out there, but other than that, I'll give the rest to you. Okay. That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful.
I
And I'm
was at
glad
the
you,
absolute lowest point of my life,
yeah,
and
I bet you were.
there was a local guy named Joe Schultz who was always interested in my music, and he was on the board of Ted's organization at the time. and encouraged Ted to send that to me, and that was a huge lift to my spirit when I was
Oh,
very broken.
incredible, my friend. Incredible.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a big booster to just get
So,
that itch back. Oh man.
so
Wow.
as far as how do I deal with the pain and play, because I can't play pain free.
I
Um,
understand.
I am just driven to do it.
You
I
go through the yeah.
I've got lots of goals. I just don't feel it this life. Like I don't feel at this point in my life, or even back then in the '90s when I was healing, it wasn't a choice of whether or not to play. It was like, how do I keep doing this? Because I have this fire burning inside of me,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I am driven to do it. I'm still
Exactly.
driven to do it.
Right. Right. And same here with the TV show. Still driven to do what I do since I don't play music anymore. I still play
And
my guitar, but yeah.
you must be driven because you've been doing this for decades, given
Oh,
people like me a bigger voice. And I commend you for that.
thank you, brother. That means a
Yeah.
lot to me. It does. And it makes my heart glow to be able to do this for all the artists and keep going. It's been 28, 29 years I've been doing this, definitely. And I'm not going to stop until I can't do it anymore. Most
Yeah.
definitely. It's a fire like all you musicians out there have in your gut and your heart and your soul. You want to get your music out there. You want people to hear it. And when they hear it, they're hearing your story, which kind of comes back to them to maybe something they've been through in their life. It can help them heal and get on. You just don't
I
know.
I hope so. I hope it can somehow. So
Most definitely.
this is my wrist,
Oh,
and I am bone on bone in my
yeah, you're
wrist.
bone on. Oh, yeah, yeah. And there's
And this
really nothing you can do about that, is there? Other than maybe some injections once in a while, I would think.
well, let's talk about that briefly.
Okay.
The last year, I have talked to Dr. Burgess at Orthopedic Associates in Michigan and Grand Rapids,
Right.
and I've talked to Dr. Lawton at U of Michigan Health.
Okay.
And I did that because I had a really successful ankle joint replacement a couple of years ago. And I thought, well,
Okay.
maybe there's something I can do to my wrist.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with all the conversations I've had with both those guys, number one, they're like, I don't understand how you can move your wrist as much as you can, let alone play guitar. And number two, you're not going to be doing it much longer. So
Bullshit.
back to Quinn being driven. I'm trying to. I've worked to restructure my life so that I'm making more time to record, so I can get some of these songs out of my head and
Right.
finished copy that I can share with the world. So that's been my fire the last several months here. I've been tracking some guitar parts, been
Good.
making some progress on it, and
All right.
that's my
Nice.
that's
Well,
my current drive.
we'll keep that drive going, Quinn, because we're going to get you all over the world, brother. And okay, let's talk a little bit about music here. Now, how many would you say EPs have you put out over the years?
I did two full length records. I did the Second Attempt Failure CD, which was a mix of rock metal and a little bit of jazz on it actually. And then I did the Lonely Days Passin' CD, which was a acoustic CD with just
Hey.
me and a 12 string guitar.
Oh, yeah. There we
Both
go.
whole things just me and a 12 string.
Beautiful.
And I did an EP around the time that you met me. Well,
Hmm.
when we started tracking it around that time, I actually didn't finish mixing those songs until 2011, and I had I've got three more that we recorded at that time too that I'm going back through and reworking some stuff on.
Okay.
So I did those. I recently did a digital only soundtrack for my other project that I have, which is Real Hunting. I have an outdoor channel on YouTube, and I've used my music over the years in that. And some of the music that I've used in that was never released. So it never had an ISRC code. It was never recognizable in the system. And I
Right.
probably should have done it earlier because I've got actually millions of plays on some of my one song in particular that I'm never going to get credit for. So,
Yeah, you want to put those codes on most definitely because, um,
um,
let's talk. Because a lot of your music, I feel, we could put you try to get you to sync licensing where you could go, for movies, commercials, whatever, get your
yeah.
music on tracks like that and stuff. Because I definitely could hear that most definitely, my
So
friend.
I have taken some of my songs with the lyrics stripped out of them and used them as backing music in some of my other videos. And I actually have a goal of getting some of these guitar instrumentals that I've written over the years recorded so that I can get them coded and then actually put them into some sort of sync library to see if I can get them used. As
Okay.
I don't, there's a couple of them that are really weird, and I don't know that people are going to dig them or not, but I think that they would work really well for a soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Definitely, I think so too. Now, talk to me about Aurora. Okay,
Yeah,
this is new. This is new,
yeah,
right?
it is new. Yeah, I
So,
tracked the guitar part for Aurora. I've probably had that guitar riff since I was a late teen.
really?
It's just one of those things that I play periodically when I'm practicing, and it's like,
Sure.
oh, I'm going to do something with this someday. And then it's like, well, what would I do with it, you know?
Yeah, when? Yeah, right.
And so for the last 20 years, I've had an interest in night sky photography and other photography in general too. But I've really put an emphasis on the night sky stuff. And I was able to take a bunch of my time lapse night sky aurora footage and blend it together with this guitar piece.
That's great.
And I'm so proud of it.
I am too. I checked
Proud
it
of it
out,
in
and it's
every.
like,
It just sounds so good,
yeah,
and it hits, man. It's just the flow of the sky shots with the guitar. I just love it.
it's beautiful to see all the shots of the aurora borealis up in the sky there, all the different colors. Because now you're in Upper Michigan, then, aren't you?
I'm Central Michigan. I'm just south
Central
of Mount
Michigan.
Pleasant. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah,
a
you
lot
can
of
get
those
it.
are actually from this area. A lot of the shots in there,
Oh,
they're just
okay.
really good displays. Some of those are from north of here too, and that like the very end shot in that video with the clouds moving is up on Lake Superior. But I've
Beautiful
got some
area.
shots in there from Presque County, and the others are
Wow.
Gratiot and Midland County.
And what was amazing, 30,000 views in one day.
Yeah, I'm running an ad campaign on the video because I feel confident that it's worth putting some budget behind it, and
Definitely, I do too.
so I'm promoting it. So
Good.
a lot of the views are because it is getting promoted, but I mean, with everything I've researched with the Google ads, I mean, people are actually clicking on it and they're
They
legit
are.
numbers. So,
That's
I've had
great,
a couple
brother.
people reach out to me too. Like I had a somebody from Germany reach out to me, and I had a very accomplished mastering engineer reach out to me and give me a compliment. And that made my day, man. This guy's
Nice,
got some
brother.
high credits. In
That
fact,
is
he
awesome.
in fact he just mastered the new Def Leppard song.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go. Hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah. Yeah.
hey.
So
Quinn's in it. Quinn's back, brother.
getting
Oh,
getting some
yeah.
positive feedback from everybody I share it with, and a lot of people like in my workplace, for example, they don't even know I do any of this stuff. Believe it or not, we just don't talk about it, and so then
Right.
they're what?
What, you
So,
do this? Really?
yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
rock
I
star.
do, I
Oh,
do.
that's cool. Before we get any farther, Quinn, can you tell everybody out there where they can find your music and everything about you?
Yeah, the easiest place to go is my name, QuinnKeon.com, just like it's spelled down here at the bottom of the screen, QuinnKeon.com. I got links to every music site right there, all the major ones. I got
There you
linked to my
go.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of that from one convenient homepage right there on my website.
Nice. And if you really want to have some fun and want to see me in my younger days and him, go to the YouTube channel and check out the No Cover TV show that he was on 2006 7. Oh my gosh. I actually had hair and I didn't have no gray. That was great, brother.
That was a great experience. That was it was kind of odd to be doing a live show to nobody because there was nobody in the room, absolutely nobody in the room when we're playing, just some TV cameras, and these guys are all sitting in a booth area
Yeah, I'm
back
sitting in the booth, right?
in a control room.
Yeah, I
And
was in the control
so
room.
we're just doing our thing that we were doing at the time and
Yeah,
pretending that there's people. And
and there was. I mean, everybody
mhm.
was watching. That's great. Now, I know you're in the studio doing stuff. What was the last time you played out?
Okay. Um, year and a, has it been 2 years? A year and a half
Two
ago?
years, 2 years. Okay.
Year and a half ago, I played a show with Nerves End. Do you remember Nerves End? They came on your show around
That was
the
a
time
while
too.
ago. Wow.
So
Man.
2019, I started playing with those guys, and I played with them off and on. I mean, we didn't do a lot, but I played with them for like a 4 or 5 year stretch, and we did a couple shows here and there,
Sure.
and it was a blast. I love those guys, and
Oh yeah.
they had some hard hitting, really cool riffs. Talon's a great guitar player. He's come up with some really difficult stuff to play, and I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna do this for a while, and I did. And then
Okay.
I decided that, I'm at a point where it's like I like to be in a band because it keeps me active and it keeps my body moving on the
Yeah.
instrument, keeps me playing more,
I
and
agree.
I just decided though that I needed to take the little bit of time that I was getting to do music and really focus on what I wanted to accomplish, and that was getting my stuff recorded. You know,
Nice.
playing out is not as important to me at this point in my life as getting these songs
No.
that have been in my head forever recorded.
Get them
You know,
out, definitely, Quinn. Get them out because you got all the time in the world to get out there and play live again.
and
Definitely.
there's so many ideas that I come up with, and it's like I've I have a sound recorder on my phone, and I'll be playing my guitar, and I'll come up with something new. I'll be like, "That's usable. I'm gonna just record it." And I'll
Like,
dictate to myself what I'm doing, what key I'm in, where I'm at on the fretboard, and I'll
sure.
play it and lock it in. And I have hundreds, absolutely hundreds of guitar riffs on my phone like that have nothing to do with all this other stuff that I want to get recorded. So,
Well, I hope you don't lose your phone. Please don't lose your phone.
well, I back it all up.
Okay, backs it all up. Good.
Yeah, I have multiple copies of it.
Okay, that's great. Wow, we're at 42 minutes already. Man, it doesn't even seem like it, Quinn. We're catching up, bro. This is great. It is
We're just
so
chatting,
good to
man.
see you, man.
We're just chatting. Good to see you
Wow.
too.
Whoa, man. But I want to flip the page here because I got some fun questions I want to ask you. Can I do that?
Great. Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's see which one do I want to hit you with first. Okay, let's do this one here. I'm going to let you have two answers on this question here. This is people. I want a person alive, a person that has passed away. In your heart and soul, who are the two people you've always wanted to jump on stage with and play with? Dead and
Oh,
alive.
well, let's go alive would be Nugent. He's been my biggest guitar influence.
Yeah.
And past, I'm gonna go with Ace Frehley because he was a big influence at that time, and now unfortunately he's passed on.
I still hurt from that. Yeah, Kiss was a big influence for me, and you probably too. Definitely back in the early days. Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
and the thing was, it wasn't the band as much as it was the live records.
Oh,
Live records with all that energy. I mean, and for me, it was Kiss Alive too, because I had a friend who had the tape, and then the Double Live Gonzo album on the Nugent side. I mean,
oh,
the energy that's there, and the crowd response, and just
yeah. You feel it. Just
after you get into listening to live records like that, the studio stuff just sounds so stale.
it kind of
It's like
does, doesn't
it's missing that
it?
element
The
of
ambient, yeah,
yeah, there's something there that just made it alive, and I love the fact that it's like a moment captured in time.
yeah. It is. It is.
It's an
It is
event.
a
It's something that happened. You
yeah.
know?
Yeah, definitely. It is. It is. All right, let's go to the next question. Two answers on this question here. Now, I want you to think around the world a little bit. What two stages anywhere in the world would you like to perform on?
Well, I don't know them all, right?
Right, right, yeah.
I would say that an amazing stage to play would be Red Rocks in Colorado.
It's a great place.
Um, and then I'd probably pick something closer to home where I've gone to see, like Pine Knob.
Pine Knob, yeah. White
Yeah,
Outdoor Theater, yeah. Pine
Pine
Knob, that'd
Knob's
be great.
amazing.
Yeah, definitely great outdoor shows there. Definitely, my friend. I can see you just going everywhere, my friend. You know where I'd like to see you? Whacking
Oh, yeah,
over in Europe. Oh yeah. What's
yeah.
100,000 people? That
That's
would.
a crazy festival. I saw some Twisted Sister footage from there years ago, and that was wild.
It is wild, definitely wild. All right, my friend. You know, um, what's what's the biggest audience you played in front of?
Probably about 600 people. When we opened the Winger show down in Detroit at Harpo's,
Oh,
that's probably the biggest room I've played. Yeah,
okay. Let's
we
go
did.
back to the.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
I would
well,
say
with a winger, that's great, man. So let's go back to that show. 600 people out there. Okay, so I want to get you here. So imagine you're back on, you're walking up on that stage with the guys, and you got 600 people out there just staring and waiting for you to hit a chord. Okay, and that's what they're doing. So Quinn, you hit that first chord just like you did on the TV show, you wild son of a gun, and you take right off. And maybe you're playing Ellen. I don't know what you started off with, but you start jamming, the people start, oh, they're moving, they're starting to rock, they're liking what they're hearing, they're fist pumping, maybe throwing the horns up. Maybe you could even see them, well, I don't know, singing your songs back to you. But anyways, when you see all this stuff going on with the crowd out there reacting to your music, it's got to hit you in your heart. How does it make you feel, brother?
makes me feel full. We actually had a really good crowd response at that show. Um, they're not singing my songs because I didn't know them, but it was a good response to each track. I couldn't hear on stage, so it took away from me a little bit. They had these side fill monitors, and they had the bass guitar absolutely cranked through them.
Oh,
So
ouch.
we come out. I came out and I do a little bit of Quinn stuff, you know, make some noise, get their attention, have some stuff going on that they're not used to hearing, and then we hit in a song called boom, it just takes right off. That bass guitar made me dizzy. Like
Oh shit.
I felt like I was going to fall down from the low frequency oscillation that was
Hit
happening. I was like,
hitting
"Whoa."
you.
And before we went on stage, they told us, "Go out there, just play, don't talk." And so I'm like, do I try to fix this or what? And I just toughed through it.
You did
And
good.
the very first thing that Kip Winger did is he stopped what they were doing, and he went over to the monitor guy and he's like, uh-uh.
Dial that sucker down.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
So well, that was a good room, and I had a lot of friends who came down to that show to give support, and I'm really
Great.
grateful for that. You know,
All
we
right.
had friends there, and we had a like I said, a really good crowd response. So I think Detroit in general is a really comfortable place to play if you play rock.
Oh yeah, that Harpo's definitely. That's a great place. Awesome, dude. Definitely. Okay. Now this question definitely probably happened to you because it happens to every one of my rockers or heavy metal players. And I want you to be honest because nobody's watching, so you can tell me. Any embarrassing moments on stage you want to talk about, brother?
Maybe like things I've said, swearing too much in my early years, expecting that there's going to be this massive crowd response and there's not, and trying to figure out how to deal with that. Of course,
Right?
equipment failures, connections, broken strings.
Strings.
Um,
You get slapped by an A
yeah,
string.
I would say my biggest embarrassments are either related to things I said in my early years or playing too damn fast.
Play too damn fast. Well, I don't
Yeah,
think the audience really knows whether you're playing too fast or not. Just you. But
yeah.
that's cool, brother. Now, you got the three piece band. Now, I take it once you're done doing all this tracking and recording, you want to get out and play live again, don't you?
Yeah, I do at
Yeah.
some point here. And
Mm,
I've always been I guess I've had a little bit of what you have inside of you because I used to organize shows years ago, back in my late teens and early 20s. I'd organize local shows and have other bands with me and try
mm.
to build something bigger. You know, I think if multiple bands work together in an area, you can actually create a music scene.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
Rather than competing with each other, trying to make something more. And I did a lot of that actually with Nerves End when Jerry and Chris were playing with me. But I did it earlier on too, and we had a thing that we did in Wright Park, Alma, Michigan, where we'd have, 3 or 4 bands, and we'd actually just kind of like take turns playing 3 songs each. We'd
There
all
you
be
go.
set up. Like the
Yeah,
first year we did that, I mean, we had like probably 400, 450 people there. It was
that's a
great,
good crowd. That's a real
really
good
good
crowd.
turnout, and
Yeah.
really great response on that. So, but after I got hurt, I that slipped away from me, and some other people actually took it over. Um, because I
Yeah, you
was dealing
took
with other things, right?
right, right. You got to take care of yourself. Definitely. You come
But yeah,
from
I would like to do some shows,
good.
not necessarily. I got to where I was like headlining in a bar, and I'd go on at like midnight and play till
Midnight.
2.
I
I
remember
don't want
those
to play
days.
from midnight to 2, man. My body isn't as responsive then, you know? I play more accurately at 9 p.m. than I do at 2 a.m. How about that?
Right. I mean, my bedtime's 8 o'clock now. I mean, because I hurt too from all my injuries and stuff, and I'm dealing with a frozen shoulder right now. So yeah, I know what
Ugh.
pain is about, people. So nobody tells you when you get older what you're going to feel. They didn't warn me. So anyway,
I stumbled onto a pain thing.
what's that?
Well, I want to tell you, but I'm going to say we're not medical professionals, and this
No,
is
we're
not
not.
health advice,
We're
right?
not average. Right. Exactly.
This is
This is
not health.
entertainment purposes.
I'm just going to tell you something that I found accidentally that works really well for me in my bone on bone conditions.
Okay. I'd like to hear.
800 milligrams of ibuprofen mixed with 20 milligrams of famotidine. And famotidine
Famotidine.
is Pepsid.
Oh, okay.
You can get generic. And I stumbled onto this by accident. And then when I researched it, there's actually a pharmaceutical pill that is exactly that called Duexis, that is that
Duexis.
exact same mix. But you can do it yourself, you know, 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, 20
Ibuprofen.
milligrams of famotidine, and there's something about it that just,
Wipes the pain
oh,
out,
it's
huh?
it's big. And I don't do it all the time, but if I'm going to be on my feet, like if we're going to a concert or something, right,
Sure,
I will
sure,
do that
right.
before the concert because I know that I'm going to be on my bad ankle for hours.
Right
And
on. I'm gonna have to try
it's
that.
maybe it'd be something that would work for you.
I'm gonna have to try that because I don't like taking medications,
I don't
and
either.
it's not good. And unfortunately, yes, once in a while I have to take you know pain medications because of my injuries and stuff.
Yep.
Definitely, and I
Yep.
don't like to do that. I like to try to walk away from it. But yeah. So, anyways, hey Quinn, we've had a hell of a great time, and we got to do this again. We could do a two-part show almost, brother. This is great. We can talk all
I'll come
day.
on again. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll come
yes,
on
you
again and
will.
we can get to some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot more to talk about, my friend. I got a couple more questions before we leave. Now, what do you think about collaborations? You ever thought of working with other people on their music or them on your music with you?
100% have. Yeah. Yeah. And I've got some people that I've wanted to maybe do some stuff with. But one idea that I have, I'm going to throw it out here because I'm getting close to this, is I've got this instrumental guitar jam. Again, what do I do with it? How much? It's kind of repetitive.
Sure.
But I had an idea. What if I got all of my guitar friends who wanted to participate, and we each lay down like 8 bars of leads
Yeah.
over the
Why
thing?
not?
And I could say their name and the song, and like we can put it out, and everybody gets credit for their work on it.
Right
And
on.
I think that would be a really cool collaboration thing to do. Would be to get a bunch of my guitar buddies,
That'd
not
be great.
necessarily together. They can track it on their own too. But
Right.
that's an idea that I've had for a long time that I'm going to act on. I think this year.
Okay. Well, this when we're done, I'll be sending this all over to different places all over the world, and my promoters that I've mentioned earlier, they will share it and stuff like that. So you're going to get viewed. You're going to get a lot of people liking what they see, what they hear, and we'll talk after the show. But I could possibly hook you up with other people in other countries to collaborate with. There's a lot of things I might be able to help you with to expand your music. Okay, brother?
I I'm open to collaborating, and like I said, I've got hundreds of guitar riffs that I
Oh, yeah.
don't have plans for. So,
Okay.
if somebody's got ideas out there and they want to collaborate on something, uh, I've got them all organized by key, and we can
All
go.
right. Okay. I've got a few people in my head that I'll talk to you after the show about. Okay, definitely. That sounds great, brother. Okay, before we get out of here, we're at 55 minutes. Let's wrap this up. And again, from the bottom of my heart, Quinn, thank you, brother, for coming on. It's great to have an
Thank
OG
you.
on the show, man.
Yeah,
This is great, brother. All right. 5 years from now, where you want to see you with your music?
I want to be at least 50 songs into my 69 that I made a list of that I want to have recorded.
Yeah.
And I want to have a larger web presence
You know
and
you will.
hopefully a lot more activity than what I have right now. But I have gone through about an 18-month big rebuild on all of my web stuff here and
Sweet.
building it up. So
Cool, brother.
yeah,
Cool.
fell behind on it, and my distributor that I was using never put my songs into newer platforms when they came out. So like my first record was in 2001 and my acoustic CD was in '03, and I was trying to figure out why I couldn't find them anywhere, and Spotify came along after that. Well, my stuff never made it there from the distributor I was using. So I've done a lot of rebranding and moving all of my music and implementing it into all of the current systems that are out there. So gaining a presence. You talked about Aurora, but before that, I did a release of a song called Albuquerque, which was a little throwback to Jeremy, Tom, and I taking our LA trip years ago. And
Mm-hmm.
we met some girls on the road, and we're kind of doing signs back and forth, writing signs. And we ended up having dinner with them in Albuquerque, and I was just trying to think of a fun title for something when Jeremy, Tom, and I were jamming that particular song in the late '90s, and that's what I came up with. And so that was one of the old pieces that I was looking back through, and I thought this is actually kind of strong. So I released it and put it out on Spotify in the jazz section, and we actually made released radar in 2 weeks with it, and it's Spotify's pushing it out there.
Crazy. And back when you were on that trip, I think I got a phone call from some people. You got a little too close to Area 51. You might want to not do that again, okay?
Yeah, we actually Randy and I did that a couple of years ago. Actually, we drove to the back gate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they call me and then I got to deal with it. No.
yeah, I see.
So stop doing that. No, just kidding. Anyways, brother, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, a couple more questions before we get out of here, my friend. And I guess I don't need your permission, but I'm going to ask: is it all right if I share the No Cover TV show?
Yeah, absolutely. Scared
I'm
away.
going to do that because I want everybody out there to see the No Cover TV show that what he did, and you got to watch that. It's great. And our last question before we get out of here, Quinn: any advice you want to give to the kids out there that want to do what we do?
Yeah, start here.
Right there it is. Be brave enough to suck at something new. Yes, you're going to suck. You're going to suck bad. It's going to sound really crappy. Don't
Yeah,
give up, right?
that's right. I've had I want to encourage anyone who wants to learn to play a musical instrument to do it. I have people ask me all the time or mention to me all the time. They say, "Man, I've always wanted to learn to play guitar." Do it. Put
Do
some
it,
time
yeah.
into it and do it. I want to encourage you to do that. That's the message here. I think that having music in your life is nothing but positive, and I
Yes.
think that it will be a healthy alternative to other um, ways to spend your time.
Most definitely, yeah, it'll keep you out of trouble. Hopefully, definitely, and definitely believe in yourself. Don't listen to everybody. Do your thing. Yeah, because there's
Absolutely.
there's a lot of people in the background. They're going to yak, and they're going to say crap that you don't want to hear. Don't listen. Just
Well,
go
that's
move
hard.
forward.
That's
Yeah, it
hard.
is. It
I
is.
listened to a lot of stuff early on and tried to please everybody, and there were lots of opinions coming at me, and I wish I'd have just done a few
Try
things different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
try to shut that off. Yeah, it's hard. So again, good again. Thank you so much, brother. It was been a pleasure and great seeing you again. This is just incredible, man, my friend. So let's keep in touch. We're gonna get this all over. I will send you the link to this interview. That's on YouTube in about 5-10 minutes after the show. So you can share it and stuff like that. And let's get your music and you out around the world, brother. You deserve it. You really
Thank
do.
you, Al. I really appreciate you
Definitely,
giving me a
my
platform.
if, this is your show. We're going to end it. Anybody you want to say hey, hi to out there?
I'm gonna give a shout out to my wife for supporting all of my creative dysfunction and putting up with me.
Putting
Thanks,
up
Brandy.
with you. Thanks to my wife, too, for putting up with me. Oh, man. Yeah, musicians are a little hard to deal with sometimes, aren't we?
Yeah,
No, we're stubborn. So, anyways, Quinn, thank you, my friend. And I was so good to see you. So good to see you.
you too. Let's do this again.
We will do this again and we'll stay in touch and I will get this out there. And if you need anything, brother, I know I'm quite a ways away from you, but just hit me up, my friend. I got a lot of connections. Okay.
You got
Let's
it.
get all right, brother. All right, people, we're gonna get out of here. Check out the next show that's coming up, and that would be Aaron Stoll coming up, I think. And heck, we've got so many great artists coming in; it's unbelievable. So hit that subscribe button up at the top, and hit the like button, so you can be informed on all the great interviews that are coming up. Because we have all genres and all age groups. So check out No Cover TV. Check out the website; it's right down there below, and check out this guy right here, Quinn.
Thank you.
Definitely go out to his pages and check out his music and stuff, and go check out Aurora. Killer song, killer music, man. You hear him on that guitar ripping it up. All right, we're gonna get out of here, Quinn. Let's tell everybody, peace. We're out of here. Peace.